Welcome to this new video. In this video, we are going to see a small ETL operation. You can't tell it as ETL operation. There is no transformation in this operation. So it is just a moving of one table from SQL server to flat file. It is the simplest operation or simplest ETL task you can do in SSIS. So we are having a SQL table. It is called the database is school database and the table is person, and we have this much of records in person table, and it is having 6 columns. So we are moving entire table to a notepad, and the notepad, the flat file is written as output and it is not having any data. So we will be moving this data to the notepad. So first we will take the Visual Studio data tools and we will create a new project and select new and project, and integration service project. You can select it and go for next and give the name, desired name, the location, solution name, everything, whatever you want you can give. Now we are just giving the default one itself and we will create it. So we got the control flow pane, and this is the first pane we will be getting the control flow. So from the control flow, we need to select the data flow tab. So the task is to move data from one source to another destination. So we have to click the data flow task because the data needs to flow from source to destination. So we got the data flow task and you have to double click it, and we got lots of transformations here, but we are not doing any transformation here. We are just moving some SQL Server table data to the flat file. So for getting the SQL Server, we can go to ADO.NET source. You can double click it. So once you got the ADO.NET source, you can change the name to the desired one if you want. Just double click here, you will get it. You can change it here. Otherwise, you can right click here and you can edit it, or you can just double click it here itself. So we need to create a connection manager to connect it to the SQL Server database. So you have to select the new connection manager. Now it is already been configured. Now I'll delete it and I will show it once again. You have to click here also, new the connection manager, and here you need to give the server name. My server name I'm giving, and if you want you can refresh it. You can give the authentication. Now anyway it is Windows authentication. If there is an SQL authentication, you can give it like that. So now if you select here, and we got the school DB data, the database name. So we will be having the database name here, and we got the school database name. If everything is proper, if you want the text test the connection, you can just select here and that will be showing the test connection succeed, and you can click OK. And here in this screen you will need to select the table. So here when you select it, the table view, here we have other option also. You have SQL command also. You select the SQL command. If you command you want, you can select star from the desired table, you can write, and you will get the exact result for that. But right now we are not going to do that. We will just take the table. We are not going to write any code for that. We will take the table, drop down, and we will take the person table, and if you want you can preview it. When you preview it, and the data will be shown, and you can click OK. So everything is fine here. Now we just want to move it. So since it is a flat file, there is no need of transformation. If it is another database, or if you are moving from flat file to SQL Server, there might be data conversion transformation which we might have to use, because most of the column will be taken as string, so you need to change it to integer. So the data conversion transformation needs to be used. But right now, since it is going to be the flat file, there is no need of data conversion or any other transformation. You can just go to the destination and take the flat file destination, and you can drag it here and just take the pipeline down here itself and double click file destination to configure the connection manager. Just go for the new and delimited file, and here you need to browse and give the output file we have already chosen. So this is the output file which we have. Just open it, and here you need to click, because if you want to get the column names also, the header names also, if you want, you have to select this also, and you can click OK. And the main thing what we need to do is that we need to check the mapping whether everything is correct. Last name higher. Why we are doing this? Because we need to get the proper data from person to person, because this is the column name in the source data and this is the column name for the destination. So the data under person ID should be exactly mapped to person ID in the destination also. So that's why we need to see the mappings properly, and you can select OK. Now everything is fine. No error is being shown. If an error is there, there will be a red mark here. So now since there is no error, you can just right click here and you can execute the task. So it got executed, and if you see, there is a tick mark in both the source and destination. So there is no errors for that, and we have seen 34 rows has been copied. So you can go and see the output. You can go to the folder. This is the output file, and you can check the output file. So this was a comma separated file, and you can see all the data being copy to this file. So whichever data there was a null value in the SQL server, here the null has been taken to just no value in the flat file. So here 34 rows are there, and if you go and check the SQL server, here also 34 rows are there. Here all these null values, there is no value for in the flat file. So we got exactly the same data. We moved this data from this table to this flat file. Like this way you can move the entire database from one source to another destination, and at the same time you can do certain transformation. You can add columns, you can add tables also, and you can clean the data perfectly and move to the destination. So this is the use of ETL in SSIS. Hope this was a valuable video. Have a nice day.